Well, I'd like to welcome today from the South Orange County Community College District. You all know Dan Perdale. Dan is the Assistant Division Dean and, of course, the Director of the Emeritus Institute. And along with Dan today, we have Annie Gilbert. Annie, you oversee the English as a Second Language Division, am I right?
That's right. I am one of the two adult ESL faculty coordinators.
Okay,
so
very good.
I oversee the department. Yes.
Very good. So
I'll start off.
yeah, you start off. It's good to see you today. And
Thank
of
you.
course, you know how important Emeritus is, and you also, am I right, you oversee adult education as a whole, am I right?
Right.
That's
So-
the division, that's the department.
Right, so our division has an incredibly long name. It's Community Education,
Yes.
Emeritus Institute, and Adult Education.
Right.
Annie's in Adult Education, of course I'm with Emeritus, and then Community Ed, many
Yeah.
students receive, or community members receive the Gaucho Guide as
Right,
well.
right. So you got the long title.
Right.
Tell us the difference. I think people know the Emeritus Institute very well. What's the difference between Emeritus Institute and adult education?
Sure, so Emeritus Institute is really geared toward the older adult lifelong learner.
Mm-hmm.
They're non-credit classes that really, they don't transfer, they're not going towards a certificate. Versus adult education, in which we have a few different programs that Annie will talk about here in a minute, those can lead to a certificate of competency, meaning that,
Okay.
or completion, meaning that once a student has progressed through those classes, there is a document that shows that they have reached a certain level of competency in that curriculum.
Okay, so Annie, let me ask if I may jump over
Please
to
do.
Annie for a minute. I may not be following the slides exactly, but we'll get into more of the Emeritus stuff in a moment. I guess my question is, now, I just asked you, difference between Emeritus and adult education. What's the difference between adult education and the regular classes that are on the campus?
I think the main difference when we talk about adult education is the curriculum. So our curriculum is based on life skills.
Okay,
For pretty much every adult education program we have, you will see a lot of life skills in the curricula. For example, for our program, English as a Second Language, students will learn to fill out an application form. Students will learn to read medicine labels and understand them. In our adults with disabilities, students will learn to do job-related tasks and so forth. So this is the main difference
Okay.
also between the two, our programs in terms of curriculum.
okay.
And maybe I'll jump in here too, that almost all of the adult education courses are typically below the college level, typically on-campus classes. So this is almost, it's not remedial, but it's a pathway from very, very basic to some on-campus classes as well.
Okay, would, and if I'm right, the difference also is Emeritus are free programs where adult education people pay for.
They're
Am I
free
right?
as
Oh,
well.
they're free as
Yeah.
well, okay. All right, so let's jump back to Emeritus. Now I'm gonna follow the slide, sorry about that in the control room. We're gonna be talking about really very soon. It's time, and it sounds strange, but not too long from now, people will be looking at the spring.
Right.
And here's the catalog. It's already there. It's already out. And here we are on the start of November, but people start signing up soon, right?
Right, so registration for spring classes for the Emeritus program begins the week after Thanksgiving, and for continuing students,
Okay.
meaning students who are already taking courses. And then new students are welcome to start registering typically in that first week of December.
Wow.
So if a student has not yet taken a course here in the village, we absolutely welcome them, and we will have in-person registration available, so individuals who may not have filled out an application before or who have never registered for a course can come to Clubhouse 7 and
Okay.
register for courses with an admissions individual.
Okay, and also if people have more questions, contacts on here, also Clubhouse 4. They can
Correct.
get information there. And of course, the college camp office, and we always give the website address is saddleback.edu/emeritus.
Correct.
Now, there's a survey being sent out?
Yeah, so this is very exciting, and we're really happy to be partnering with the Recreation Office here within Laguna Woods Village. So one of the things that we want to know about is, Are students here in the village or are residents in the village aware of the program? Certainly we try to promote it as much as possible.
Right.
But we have about 2,800 individuals from the village taking courses, and I know there's about 18,000 residents here in the village, and so we want to be able to see what types of courses individuals who may not be taking classes yet are interested in taking, and where they would like to take them within the village and in what topics.
Now, will this survey only be going to the village or throughout the entire area?
Great, so we're actually sending 2 different surveys. One is going specifically to village residents, and it's modified specifically for this community, and then we're sending one community-wide. Okay,
very good. Now, let's get back to Annie here, and tell us how you got involved with this. Are you a instructor at the college and just in general teaching other kinds of classes?
I am. I've been teaching English as a second language on campus for 5 years at Saddleback College. I also taught adult education ESL for 10 years in North Orange County.
Okay.
And overall, I've been teaching ESL for a good 22 years, 23 years. Yeah.
So how do you go about that when you might have people in the class that speak different languages?
Well, that's what I hope, because this is this makes our classes more interesting.
And what I mean is you have people over here who might speak Korean or here Spanish and all. How do you bring them together?
Oh, it's very easy. They get together and I group them together, and then we talk a lot about our cultures. I'm from Canada, and ESL class is a great opportunity for folks to share about their cultures and also find common grounds between all of us.
Oh, okay. We're in Canada. It sounds like Eastern Canada.
I'm from Montreal.
Okay.
I'm French Canadian. Yes.
All right. I'd love to get up there. Well, I've been to BC, but I haven't been.
I'm from Montreal.
Yeah, but I'd love to get over there one day. I hear it's just absolutely spectacular. Really pretty.
Nice.
So, as far as people that take your courses, how do they sign up for that? Is it part of the, because the catalog that we just showed, was that just Emeritus or was that everything?
That's just Emeritus.
Okay.
And Adult Education has their courses listed on their website too.
Okay, is there a catalog that gets out for adult education?
Not sent out, no.
All right. So people have to go online and find these, and you have different classes throughout the day or throughout the week. And I guess what I wanted to know about that is, do you have like one class that is just for people who speak Spanish and another one, you just put them all together and they kind of work through it?
Exactly.
Interesting.
Exactly. Our classes are also multi-skills.
Yeah.
Meaning that we teach the students every major language skill, like speaking, listening, reading, and writing. And we offer our classes. We have 5 different locations throughout South Orange County. And we ask students to come and apply and register in person at one of our 2 sites.
Okay. Here's the sites listed on here.
We have our site in Mission Viejo at the Silverado High School, and we have another main site in San Juan Capistrano. So we would like our students to come in person and register so we can give them a placement test and see what level to place them in. Now,
do you find it's, you've been teaching English as a second language. Have you taught kids, in other words, younger kids, which really, it seems with kids, they just absorb things so quickly. And as we grow older, we don't.
Right.
And what is the difference? I'm curious, teaching kids that are like, say, 10 and under versus adults who are in their 20s or 30s?
Well, I think the main difference is taking risks and making mistakes. Kids don't mind.
No, they don't.
They will just communicate. They will say what they want to say. Adults may be a little bit more cautious. They're a little bit more afraid to make mistakes and lose face. So in our classes, we make sure that students can be very comfortable, and we explain and tell the students that making mistakes is part of the learning process. It's how you learn a language. And another thing about teaching adults that is an advantage is that they have knowledge of their first language. So adults really like rules. They like grammar. They like to know why things are certain ways.
Right.
So if you can explain that to them, then they understand, and then they can build upon this.
I get that. Yeah, very interesting. I want to give some, again, I know you briefly talked about it here, the upcoming dates for the Emeritus Institute registration. And this is for spring, even though we're talking here in the fall. But these are the dates that are important for you to look at here. And, you know, these are so popular classes. They fill up very quickly, right?
They do.
A lot of them. And the survey, when would people expect that?
So we'll be sending that out in the first week of December and hoping to have people send those back within January.
Okay, so obviously whatever comes back in the survey is not affecting the spring classes, but going forward from there.
Yep.
So people won't go, wait a second, I wanted this, I don't see it.
Not yet.
But you might next time around, right?
Very good.
All right. Good to see you both. Nice to meet you.
Nice
thank
meeting
you very
you too,
much.
Ken.
All right, Stan.
Thanks,
Annie, thank you very much.
Thank you.
And we'll be right back.